Yo, what's up guys and welcome. And yeah, if you want to know what I really wanted for Christmas, these two units are the ones that I really want. Well, maybe not two, just one of them. So yep, this video will be about Elimo and Lava's Omni evolution, which I think will come this week after the maintenance in the next 2 days. And yeah, Elimo is the one that I really wanted to come for Christmas for me. And I really think that Elimo here on her Omni evolution form is somewhat the perfect mitigator. So let's see why I think that way for Elimo. So alright, maybe we shouldn't really take a look into what her normal hits is, but it's at 11 hits with 4 PCs per hit. And on her leader skill, I think it's not really something really good for now for the current meta that we have in global. But still, it is not a really bad leader skill. She has a passive 15% damage reduction from all elements, so that's pretty useful. However, the 75% HC fill rate is not really that useful, but it will somehow help you a lot on healing. And then a 30% HC drop rate as well. So her leader skill is mostly about healing. And then she only has a 60% boost to max HP for all your squad. So now we will have a lot of HP but no defense, no attack whatsoever. Just some healing abilities and damage reduction. I really do think that we will need that defense boost on the leader skill. So this is why I think the leader skill is not really that good. But it's still useful in a lot of ways, and if you really need that damage reduction and you don't have units like Holia, Sek, or Leoness, then you can still use this and get the defense buff from other units with your friend slot. So it is still somewhat useful. And now her Brave Burst and Super Brave Burst and Ultimate Brave Burst. She does not have any elements of attack to that, but this is why I think she is a really nice mitigator to have. And first of all, she is a really old unit and she starts from 3 stars. So I really do think that a lot of you guys really have her already. And if you don't have her, you can still summon for her on the normal summon gate, which will only require you to spend 3 gems each, and that is really cheap. And I really do think that she gets a lot of rate ups, and when she gets her Omni evolution, she will also have a rate up really soon. So if you guys don't have her yet, you can try to summon for her after this. So now back to the skills. So the Brave Burst, Super Brave Burst, she already have the 2-turn mitigation built in, so you don't have to take any enhancements to have that 2 turns effect. That is really good. She already have a huge heal and then defense recovery buff. The defense and recovery buff has a 160% buff, and that is a lot. And if you want healing, then the buffs for her is really perfect. So you have that toughness from defense and a lot of heals from the recovery buff. So that is really good. The difference from her Super Brave Burst is only that her Super Brave Burst has that chance on heal when taking damage, which I really think it is really useful for a lot of trials. It helps you survive through all the damage they dish out on all those trials. And since we have a lot of units that have this kind of buffs, chance on heal, I think if you have Elimo or you use Elimo as your mitigator in a trial or anything, you don't really have to worry about using her Super Brave Burst, since her Brave Burst is already enough for everything. So you'll have that 2-turn mitigation, heal, cure status ailments, and defense and recovery buff already on her BB. And it only needs 25 BC to fill up, so that is really easy, even though she does not attack or anything. And the Ultimate Brave Burst here is perfect for the Geniuses challenge, especially on stage 3, where you have that retarded BC fill penalty. With this one, you can bypass that easily, because you will have that BB fill to full, but only for 1 turn, which will fill 999 BC instantly. So yeah, that's how you bypass the BB fail penalty on Genius's challenge. And then you will also have a 3 turns 75% damage reduction, BB fail when attacked, 50 BC per attack for 3 turns, which is really good for that trial as well. Negates all status ailments for 3 turns. I don't think this is really useful. And a HOT, this is a really huge HOT that will fill up your full HP for 3 turns. So yeah, this is perfect, and she is a water element, so for the stage 3 of Genius's challenge, she will be the MVP. And her extra skill here will easily help her fill her BB, since she has that 20% BB cost reduction for herself, and then a chance on damage reduction. The chance is on 20% with a 20% damage reduction. This is really good, and this will make her really tough. And then you will also have a water barrier for 3k effect on her extra skill here. This effect will be added to her BB and SBB. Barriers do help in a lot of things. And her enhancements. Her enhancements here are really good. I love them all, and she has all that good effects on the enhancements. First of all, the defense and max HP. This one does not have attack or recovery boost, but you don't really need that on Elimo. And the BB gauge boost when damage taken. I don't really think this is necessary, especially if you have all those spheres that help on BB fill. Unless you just started this game and you don't have all that spheres that will help on BB gauge management. Then you can think about taking these two. Because I know when I started this game, filling BB gauge feels like a really hard thing to do. But if you already have spheres like at least Phantom Gizmo or Sacred Crystal, then these two enhancements, you don't really need them. And then you can make her have that status ailments negation effect on herself, which is, I think, very useful, and especially since she is a healer, a status ailments unit, and a mitigator. This one will be helpful for her. Negates defense ignoring effects. I don't really think this is necessary. And if you don't have Lara or Gabriela, you can have her have an HOT effect on her BB and SBB. This will be really helpful, and if you want to take this one, then she will be a really full package on healing in one unit. So heal, direct heal, and HOT. And then you can have the attack defense recovery down negation effect. I think this is really useful, but I don't really think you need to take this one on Elimo, because a lot of other units offers this kind of effects, like Lara or Stain, I think, and many others. So I don't really think you have to take this one on her, and this one will cost you 30 SP. That's pretty expensive. However, the last 3 on her enhancements here, I think you will have to take them, because they are really good, and they are really helpful for a lot of things. However, since every one of them requires you to spend 30 SP, you can't take all at the same time. And I really do think you will need more than one Elimo if you want to take full benefit of her. So the status elements negation, if you really don't have other units that have the status ailments negation buff, you can take this one from her. But I think this is a secondary enhancements to take from Elimo, since I really think the last 2, so the critical damage negation effect and elemental damage negation effect, is much more worthy to take on Elimo. So she will be the perfect support unit for you guys. Status ailments units, I think there are a lot in this game, and you should bring that unit in the other slot rather than Elimo. Well, unless you don't have any other status ailments unit, then okay, you can take this one from her, the status ailments negation effect to BB and SBB. But so far, you can tailor Elimo to whatever you need. So if you lack on critical damage negation, you can take this one from her, and if you don't have the elemental damage negation effect, you can take this one from her as well. So yeah, she's perfect. She can fill in any role you want in your squad or support. And now the second unit, the second one to get the Omni treatment after this, which is Lava. Alright, she has this normal hits at 13 hits with 4 BC per hit. Don't really matter actually. And her leader skill, this is somewhat useful for a mono fire squad, which is really a bit regrettable thing to have on this new Lava. I was kinda expecting something else, but it's still pretty good even though if you do not want to build a mono fire squad. However, it will be more beneficial if you have a mono fire squad. If you want to use Lava as lead. The Brave Burst is kinda well, it still has that 17 hits AoE, ignore defense effect like the old one, plus this time she has a buff on attack for fire units. Well, the attack boost here kind of makes her a limited use or very situational. However, the BB attack here is pretty good since it's at 350% boost, and then you can enhance this later on from the enhancements. So if you still lack on the BB attack buff, you can still use this Lava. On the Super Brave Burst, she has the 20 hit AoE fire and a really good BB fill on Spark. So if you don't have Lauda, you don't have Sirius, you can still use Lava. And then the situational attack boost on fire units and still have the same ignore defense buff here, plus a really good BB attack buff at 400%. This one can be enhanced to 450 from the enhancements later. Ultimate Brave Burst, 26 fire AoE, again boosted attack to fire units, 250% spark damage, not so good, usually it's mostly 300%, and a 500% BB attack buff. So Ultimate Brave Burst, not so good. Extra skill is pretty good, I think, since she has that chance on heal when being attacked. 50% defense, pretty good. And a BB fill when attacked. So yeah, it's pretty good. Extra skill is pretty good. And the enhancements, I really think enhancements on her kind of save her since it's really good. So she'll have that boost to attack, which is at 50% and it's really high, and defense and max HP as well, and you can have her have 100 spark boost on herself, which is really nice. And then boost critical hit damage, then again with the boost elemental damage. So the whole thing on the top is really good, and it's all really cheap at 10 skill points each. However, the Angel Idol effect here is really costly. It's at 80 skill points, and she'll have this one-time Angel Idol effect, which will proc at 50% chance, and that is really good, especially for arenas and Colosseum. And then a cheap skill point at 20 skill points, which will boost more on the attack boost for fire types by 30%. If you ever really want to use the classic type of mono squad, then I think this will be really useful, but for me, no. And then enhancing the BB attack boost by 50% more. So it's going to be 400% on the Brave Burst, and it's going to be 450% on the SBB. That is one of the highest in game. So even though she has that situational thing on the attack boost for fire units, if you still need the BB attack boost, you can still bring Lava. The last one here, I don't think this is really useful, but if you still need this kind of BB gauge effect, instant fill, you can still have this one on her. But it will require you to spend 30 SP on this one. And I rather use units like Cell 9 to have this BB fill instant effect. So no, I don't really recommend to take the last one. And here are a few sample builds for Lava here. But yeah, her builds are pretty simple, and I think these three are the only builds for her. And yeah, my opinion on Lava. she's still okay, but kind of situational. That's the only thing. You can still use her on a non-mono fire squad, but definitely she will be better on the mono fire squad. But still, her BB attack buff is one of the best in the game, so if you need that BB attack slot on her, and also the BB fill on spark effect, since I think those two are really good. And if you don't have Sirius or Lauda, you can use her to fill that spot on them. But you'll need to have the attack defense recovery boost from another unit. And recently we have Sylvie, so you can fill in that spot as well. However, she's limited, so maybe not everyone has her. So yeah, I really can't wait for Elimo and Lava, well maybe just Elimo, to come here for their Omni evolution here in Global. I really can't wait, and I really do hope they will come after the maintenance in 2 days. So yeah, I think that's all on this video. I really hope you guys are also excited about their incoming for Global. So yep, I guess that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. So bye bye.